Hello and welcome to another video with Darkest Star ASMR. Today I'm in the hallway of Castle Doom. Behind me I have some of my skulls which I have collected during the years. And other obscure objects. But for today's video I want to discuss two subjects that I feel is a bit interesting. Now the first one is the Mandela effect. If you don't know what the Mandela effect is, it's named after Nelson Mandela, who some people remember dying in prison in the 80s or 90s. I'm sorry, that's a cat. But some people remember him vividly being alive and dying in freedom. There's also a famous Star Wars quote. If you remember Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back, try to remember what Darth Vader said to Luke on that platform. Many think he said, "Luke, I am your father," when he actually said, "No, I am your father." So some people think that we slip through different dimensions or different realities, if you will. I found the subject very interesting for a long time, but I can't accept for the Luke, I am your father, which I'm pretty certain that I heard when I saw it in the movies when it came out. But other than that, I don't have any good... another thing, some people say the Monopoly guy has a monocle, you know, but he hasn't. And some people say the tail of Pikachu is black, just the end point, which it isn't, or if it's the other way around. But you see where I'm getting at. Some people say aliens or nature is messing with reality. But as I said, except for those few things, which could be a slip of my memory, I don't have any personal experience with the Mandela effect until now, until today. Yeah, there's a kitty here. Oops, this is Bammy. So, I was bored, so I was in bed. I'm sorry he's like talking, I don't know what he wants really. I was in bed watching videos on YouTube, and I don't know really why, I just kind of like ended up there where there were the European cut of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining versus the American cut of The Shining. And the American cut have scenes that is missing in the European print. Amongst other, a scene where Wendy comes into a room filled of skeletons and things like that. But when the video ended, I was like, isn't it strange? Why didn't they put the deleted end in the video? And I remember seeing it maybe a year ago on YouTube. And I thought, oh, I must see that one again. It was such a long time, you know. So I searched deleted ending of The Shining. And to my big surprise, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The screenplay exists. Pictures from the scene exist. But I know I saw the whole scene. Ullman, the Overlook's manager, comes into to a hospital Wendy is in a hospital bed and Danny is beside her, and he throws a tennis ball to Danny and asks how he is. And then he says that they couldn't find a trace of Jack's body up at the Overlook. And then the end. And I have seen this scene. I'm 100% certain. I can even picture it in my mind as we speak. How Ullman walks past some nurses and into the room. It's just... it's... okay. So, that was the first. Have you had any experience with this Mandela effect? If you have, please tell me in the comment section, because I think it's very fascinating. Second, I'm going to show you a cursed item. Now, if someone gives you the evil eye, there's a way to ward it off. And that is a talisman that was very popular, I think, during the 70s. It's the shape of an eye. I think that one is even called the evil eye too, for some reason. And my grandmother got one, which my mom bought for her in Greece. So, she wore this around her neck, and I'm going to show it to you. Letting out the demons, I guess. I never wore this myself. I don't think I want to, for obvious reasons. When you hear the story, it looks like this. It's the shape of an eye that you keep around your neck to ward off the evil eye. Pretty cool. Anyway, my grandmother wore this around her neck until one night when she heard a deep growly voice saying, "Take off the eye, take off the eye." My grandmother became terrified. She was religious for first, and she actually believed very much about the paranormal and stuff like that. So I can understand why it kind of scared her so much. So she took it off. A couple of days later, she woke up from a voice saying, "Wake up!" This time a more kind voice. She woke up and was so dizzy she couldn't hardly stand. And she smelled the smell that is very familiar if you have a gas oven. Because where I grew up, which was in a flat, an apartment building, they had gas stoves. And to light the gas stove, you turn on the gas and then you put a lighter or a match and it starts to burn. And when you have finished cooking, you turn down the valve and the gas shuts off. Those stoves were kind of dangerous, because if you accidentally put them on, gas would spread in the apartment and it will kill you. Simple as that. Many people in Sweden, I know, during these years, when they wanted to commit suicide, they put their heads in the oven and put on the gas. We even had a neighbor across the street. I don't know if he took his life, but they brought out his corpse in a black bag, and his windows were black. I don't know why. I don't know if it had been an explosion which we had missed, or if the gas turned the window black. I have no idea. Anyway, she felt this gas smell and managed to more or less crawl into the kitchen and turn the gas off and open all the windows. She told me this story a lot of times because it was so close that we all perished. I grew up with them that fateful night. Now, a thing hit me actually not long ago. My grandma always thought she didn't know, I didn't know, Mom didn't know that this wards off evil. So of course, when she heard that growly voice saying take off the eye, she thought the eye was evil. But in taking off the eye, she took away the protection against evil. And just a couple of days after, the gas mysteriously turned on at night. Now, I chose to believe, I'm not religious by the way, I just want to point that out. This is just a theory that I have, that something bad was in the apartment. And by taking off the eye, she made that bad thing flip the gas. And the kind voice she heard, I don't know, I don't really believe in angels since I'm not religious. But there might be a counterbalance to, if something is bad, then must be a counterbalance of something good. And I think that voice she heard who woke her up was a good voice that saved us that night. After I got this as an inheritance, I keep it in this heart-shaped box. I'm not going to wear it around my neck. I don't want to wake up hearing some strange voices telling me to take it off. Or maybe even by putting it on, you invite spirits or whatever you want, because it is a spiritual object. So I'm not going to take any chances. Well, that was my little scary story to tell on this Wednesday evening. I don't have anything else for you today. I have a collaboration, as I told you, coming up very soon. And hopefully, because we have gotten the heat back. I'm sweating, I don't know if you can see, I hope you can see it. It's warm, it's moist, it's damp. It's pretty bad. So, well, wherever you are in the world, I hope that you have a lovely night, rest of the week. I will see you in the next video, which might or not might be the collaboration. We shall see. But that one is coming. Alright, there can't be any light without darkness. Remember not to wear cursed items. I love you guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the follow, the little bell notification icon. And I will see you in the next video. Good night.